Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version. This week we are doing the Fairy type UU gym, and you guys came at it strong this week. I changed up my team a little bit, as you guys will see there. I switched out my own Fairy type, and I brought on Doublade and Chandelure for this week. For both strengths and resistances and things like that. And some of you guys were able to handle it pretty well. But my starter is a poison type, and Fumzy is a staple on the team, so we fared okay as well. But there we go against Trainer Codeman, keeping the variety with the 3 Pokemon team as opposed to going for the full 6, so that's pretty awesome. You'll love seeing that kind of realistic representation of how the Pokemon regions work out. So thank you so much, Codeman, for your battle this week. Truly appreciate your continued support and participation. And a fun little battle there. So thank you so much for your participation. Let's check out what the rest of you gym trainers have today. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2 against Mac, and he led off with his Aura Matisse, and I led off with Lumiere. Almost a full Fairy type team here from Mac, with the with the Mega Ampharos there that's going to be coming out at some point. I bring out Doublade, my Blue Spirit, set up that Swords Dance, and then I'm going to throw up the Iron Head here, which is going to finish off the Aura Matisse. And then Ampharos comes in at that point, Mega Evolves into the Dragon type, and finishes off Blue Spirit with a Thunderbolt there. At that point, Blackavar comes in, Ampharos is going to switch out, and I'm going to throw up the Earth Power, which was a bit dumb, given that Blackavar is running Ice Beam. I should have just done that, knowing that that would have hit everybody. But the good prediction on their half, I throw up the Ice Beam that time against the Ampharos and hit the Wishwacash right in the face and one-shot it. Blackavar gets an attack lowering from the Granbull, but I'm using special attack largely on Blackavar, so not such a big issue there. The Ice Beam lands on the Togetic, but not going to do enough, and so I come back with the Sludge Wave there to finish off, at which point Flogris comes in and hits the Sludge Wave. Gonna do a pretty decent amount, at least compared to most of the Flogresses I went up against this week, and so that was pretty good. Fumzy comes in then at that point, I think mainly for variety's sake, and he takes a couple of Moonblasts pretty well, throws up that Sludge Bomb, finishes off the Flogress. So having 2 poison types definitely on your team at all times is helpful in a Fairy type situation, and obviously I can make changes, but I try not to change things up too much. I mean, you guys are pretty good at this, so I change up a couple things. From now on, go to the Fairy type gym, I'll bring, some things that are good for Fairy types, but I didn't have to change up too much this week because Fumzy and Blackavar are already pretty well equipped. So there we go, Gym Trainer Mac goes down, Oster finishing it off there for us. But yeah, thank you so much for your participation, Mac. Always appreciate you coming back and battling me, so thank you so much, and let's see what the rest of you guys have in store this week. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 3 up against Gym Trainer Nurion, and he leads off with the Flogress, who's going to do a pretty decent chunk of health against Lumiere here at the start. Throws up that Moonblast, taking us down, and then we're going to switch Lumiere out, hoping to save him for another time. Blackavar comes in at that point and takes the Moonblast, and throws up that Sludge Wave, which is going to finish off the Flogress. So that works out pretty nicely for us. Then when Dragalge comes in, Leonardo's going to come in to take that Draco Meteor. It takes it pretty well considering, I guess, and then Mega Evolves and throws up the Ice Beam, which is going to do pretty decent damage considering that Dragalge is it's Poison Dragon, it's not Water type. Yeah, I knew that. So yeah, Leonardo does good work before going down, taking out that Dragon type. Then Oster comes in, Volt switches on out on the Kirlia, brings Doublade in, who's going to take that Ice Punch like a champion, 1% damage there. And then Shadow Sneak finishes off the Kirlia, so that works out pretty nicely. Mr. Mime comes in with the Focus Punch, I set up the Swords Dance, and obviously we're immune. Nurion must have forgotten that Doublade is Ghost type. Although, wait, no, I think it was Nougat who... was expecting No Guard to negate immunity, I guess, in another battle. We'll see that later. Blue Spirit's hanging on though, doing pretty good up against the Wishmacott there. Lands the Iron Head and 2 times attack, definitely going to finish off the Fairy type there. The Sweet Kiss comes in from the Audino, confuses, but Blue Spirit fights through it. Iron Heads the Mega Audino and finishes it off there. So thank you so much, Gym Trainer Nerion, for your battle this week and making gym number 5 such a success. I appreciate your continued support. And yeah, so we've got what, 5 more battles, so let's jump right into it. Thanks again, Nerion. I appreciate you coming back week after week. Here we go. Alright, I lead off with Lumiere here against Gym Trainer Scad. And this ends up working out pretty nicely for us at first glance. I threw up the Will-O-Wisp up against the Espeon, which it bounces back. Gives Chandelure Flash Fire, but I have Choice Scarf on Chandelure, so I'm locked into Will-O-Wisp at that point. It's got to come out, so we're doing a little bit of switching around here then. Scad, as you guys know, if you've been watching the series for any period of time, she loves to destroy me on the field of battle. I think she hates me just a little bit. Just a little bit. She gets some sick pleasure out of humiliating me, as she does today for sure. Lumiere comes in and finishes off that stupid Espeon. Then Rose comes in, and you think Espeon's bad. Every Pokemon that Scad puts on a team is bad. She has strategies upon strategies that one contingency goes down and she can come in and just wreck your life with the next one. So Blackavar comes in and throws up that Sludge Wave at 2 times special defense. It hangs on pretty nicely. And unfortunately Blackavar gets a special attack lowering here, so this second Sludge Wave is not going to kill, even though I think it probably would have previously. So that's disappointing. We throw up another one. Again, we're just kind of chipping away at this point as Rose continues to build up those status effects and things like that. I threw up the superpower there. That was a dumb move. For a second there, I made a mistake. Superpower was the only physical move I had, so I went for that because I'm like, well, if its special defense is so high, I'll try something else. But I think I was also partially thinking there that Rose would get those defense lowering things, forgetting that no, I get the defense lowering thing. So that was a misclick, I think, on my half. And so there goes Doublade going down, probably one of the few guys that we could count on there. The Overheat comes in and does so little. I mean, he's got 3 times special defense at this point, plus using the Synthesis and stuff to stay alive. So really just really pretty much an impenetrable wall at this point. Leonardo getting critted, going down. Lumiere coming back in, Will-O-Wisping going that up. Moonblast comes in, almost takes out Lumiere in one shot, lowers special attack on Lumiere, so that's really disappointing. Then Oster comes in, Rose takes a turn to use the aromatherapy to get rid of the burn. We Volt Switch. I mean, look how little damage that did. So Scad, yeah, she came in, I took care of her Espeon, and I think she just got mad. And decided to just wreck my life. Yeah, so I don't begrudge her doing it. She knows how to get me, and she comes at me with everything she's got. So Moonblast comes in, does crazy damage to Oster, lowers special attack even more, and we're lowering our own special attack there, 0.29%. And so finally Oster goes down to the final Moonblast there, and Rose just chilling, not even worried about it. Thank you so much, Gym Trainer Scad, for coming out this week. Always appreciate the challenging battles you bring. And yeah, look forward to seeing you back next week as well. Thank you so much for participating. Let's check what the last 4 you guys had for us this week. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go up against Gym Trainer Yen Megeist, and we are leading off with Lumiere once again. Get that Will-O-Wisp up on the Aromatisse and take a hard Thunderbolt there. Gonna switch Lumiere out, bring in Blackavar, but they predict that like a boss, and I bring out Blackavar and he dies immediately to his Psychic. Clever girl. Blue Spirit comes in at that point, Iron Heads the Aromatisse, taking it out. Shadow Sneak on the Kirlia actually one-shots, and it wasn't even a crit, so that was pretty impressive, not if I don't say so myself. Slurpluff comes out with the Flamethrower, doing good damage to the Blue Spirit. I switch into Leonardo for the next Flamethrower. Don't want to lose Doublade at this point if I don't have to. Leo comes in, takes a Dazzling Gleam, Mega Evolves, throws up the Scald, finishes off Slurpluff. So that works out nicely. Peekaboo comes in at that point. Fumzy switches in on it, get the Toxic avoided, which is awesome. Throw up that Sludge Bomb on the Fairy type and take the Ice Punch like it's nobody's business. And then Peekaboo's going to go down there to, I think, Life Orb or something. Flogras comes in again at that point then with the Psychic. And Fumzy's going to throw up Sludge Bomb, which is going to give us some poison damage, but Fumzy's going to go down to the Psychic the next turn. And so Flogras is hanging in there just fine. Oster comes in at that point, forces out the Flogras, brings in Rabbit, and we're going to lower our own special attack. Rabbit's not really going to take a whole lot, so we're going to get Oster back out there. Leonardo comes in at that point as they set up the light screen, which is going to lower the effectiveness of our moves a little bit, but still doing better than Oster would have been doing. So Leonardo's going to throw those Scalds up here and hopefully get through Rabbit's defenses before it gets through Leo's. And there it goes, scalding Rabbit into oblivion, leaving them just with the Flogras. And we're going to get the Scald there. Have I been saying Scad the whole time? That's funny. Oh, I totally missed that message. Yeah, my guys asked me how long has it been since I've used Leonardo. It's been a while. Season 2 of the Hexathlock was the last time we actually got to use Leonardo. I'm hoping, well, I won't spoil Hexathlock Season 6, but yeah, hopefully that's starting in the spring, or not spring, but after the winter break. As soon as Yellow Dice Lock is over, we'll probably try and start Hexathlock Season 6. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for the Battle Game, guys. I got off on a tangent there. I apologize. But thank you so much for participating this week. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we got 3 more to do, so let's jump right into it. Thanks again. Here we go. Alrighty guys, leading off with Lumiere against Gym Trainer Nougat, and this was a very close battle, so stay on the edge of your seats for this one. Lumiere gets the Fire Blast off, finishing off the Wishmacott really quickly. Then Drake comes in with the Hidden Power Ground, I believe, and finishes off Lumiere. Oster throws up the Overheat, doesn't do really anything against the Carbink there. Gonna switch into Fumzy then at that point. Throw up, well, it gets hit with a Psychic, unfortunately. Then we throw up the Will-O-Wisp, getting that burn going there. Fumzy gets a little bit of health back from its Black Sludge, so it's going to be able to survive the next Psychic just barely, with a special defense lower there. And the Sludge Bomb doesn't do a whole lot there, so the Carbink's going to pretty much just laugh in our face and finish off Fumzy without a whole lot of trouble. At that point, we're going to bring in the Blue Spirit, and the Blue Spirit's going to force out the Carbink, bring in the Delphox. Delphox is what that thing's called. Getting Grass Knotted along the way. Doesn't do a whole lot to the Blue Spirit, obviously, and then we're going to switch the Blue Spirit out for Oster, who's then going to take a Ground Hidden Power, I believe, in the face and go out. Blackavar takes a Ground Hidden Power in the face and goes out. So Nougat really wrecking us there a bit. Leonardo comes in, gets Magical Leaped in the face with a crit, goes out. I don't know if the crit's necessarily necessary there. Blue Spirit comes in at that point, tanks one of those hidden powers, and then is able to Shadow Sneak Drake into Oblivion. And then we're going to Iron Head the Carbink into Oblivion. Perfect Apple, the Slurpluff comes in, Drain Punches. This is where Nougat thought that No Guard was going to negate immunity, which it does not. And so we were able to finish off Slurpluff and Granbull there. I don't know if we would have won that if he had not made that mistake and actually attacked us there. I don't know, but I'm happy he did because we were able to pull out a victory there at the end, which I was not expecting. I was pretty sure we were going to die there, but we managed to pull it out, which is awesome. So thank you so much, Nougat, for coming out this week and giving me an extremely challenging battle. We got one more trainer before the gym leaders, so let's check them out, and then we will finish this thing off with the gym battle. Alright, thanks again, Nougat. Here we go. Alrighty guys, final trainer battle for the week, and we go up against David Khan, and we go up with this Leonardo there at the very beginning, throw up that skull, which does good work against the Carbink. Then the Flogras comes in, and we're going to just continue to throw up skulls. It seems to be doing well enough. Leo tanks that energy ball. Flogras goes out, and so we throw up the Scald on the Glade. Yikes, I know the names of these things, which ends up being a crit, which is helpful. We're able to finish it off in 2 at that point. And then Flower Power gets finished off again. Leo throws up that Rapid Spin to get rid of the Stealth Rocks in case we need to bring somebody else in at this point, which is good because then the Dragon Tail hits and we have to bring somebody else in. So that works. Blue Spirit comes in, and I just decide to go with it, taking a Fire Blast, throwing up as many moves as we can, getting the Gooey, which is going to lower our speed, unfortunately. The Blue Spirit's able to tank a couple of hits here, and we're actually able to finish off with the Shadow Sneak, killing the Goodra there. So at that point, the Fairy type Mawile goes ahead and finishes off the Blue Spirit, and then Oster's going to come back in and finish off the Overheat, leaving us a Chandelure on Chandelure at this point. Lumiere gets Confuse Raid, and is going to hurt itself, unfortunately, taking a Dark Pulse. The next turn, hangs on just barely, fights through the confusion, throws up the Shadow Ball, which finishes off the opposing Chandelure. So Lumiere doing some good work there, and then one more Shadow Ball finishes off the Carbank. So thank you so much for the battle, Devicon. I appreciate getting up a little early and jumping in on one of the sessions. I apologize for missing you earlier in the week, but I'm glad we were able to connect and get that battle in, and I appreciate your dedication of getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to do it. So thank you so much for that. We've got the gym leader ahead, and then we'll call it a day. So let's jump right into it. Thank you again, David. Here we go. Alrighty guys, final battle for today up against Gym Leader Yesh, and we throw out Lumiere to start. We get the burn up on Navi, but we get paralyzed ourselves, which is not going to be super good. Then Oberon comes in, we're going to switch Lumiere out, bring in Blackavar, throw up that Earth Power to do some good work there. I think I was expecting that they would switch into maybe the Delphox there, or just in case I throw up that Earth Power. Fumesy comes in. We lost Blackavar early on, which I was very worried was going to be a big problem because he'd done some very good work for us earlier in the gym experience. Lumiere's back in on the field, gets fully paralyzed, and they start setting up Calm Minds with their Flawgrass. And at that point, I'm getting really worried because I battled Scads already that week, and that thing was scary. It swept me like no trouble. And so a little worried going into it, but they're setting up their special defense here, so I'm like, alright, Blue Spirit's got to come in, throw up that physical Iron Head, and just get it out of the way. Don't really want to mess with it. Lumiere comes in and takes a Psyshock, and is going to take out Lumiere there with the Psyshock, so Natsu doing good work. Leonardo taking that Grass Knot, holding on even with the crit, so that works out very nicely. Scalding Natsu out of the game, and so we're very happy with that. Tinkerbell throwing up the Aromatherapy, tanking some Scalds there from the Mega Blastoise, and throwing up the Wish, and getting burned, all that stuff. Switches out so Navi can come in and get the Wish that had been set up by Tinkerbell. So Navi's back pretty much to full health except for the burn damage. Throwing up that Ice Beam, not doing as much as I would like, and then Leonardo's going to go down, so really doing some good work there. Oster's going to come in and Volt Switch, which is going to finish off Navi. We're going to bring out Fumesy then at that point. Slurpluff, Shiny, sets up the Belly Drum there. We land the Will-O-Wisp on the same turn though, so thankfully that didn't miss. It gets them down to at least 2 times attack, which is going to do a decent chunk to Fumesy, considering how good Fumesy's defenses generally are. And then Tinkerbell comes in, I throw up the Sludge Bomb with Fumesy, finish it off. Now they're down to their Granbull. Granbull comes in and he's already almost dead, and Fumesy's looking pretty decent, resisting that play rough without a whole lot of trouble and throwing up the Sludge Bomb to win the badge. So thank you so much, Gym Leader Yesh, for participating this week. You had a great little team, gave me a nice little challenge, but in the end we were victorious. And so we got our 5th gym badge there against the fairy type trainers. And so thank you guys all so much for participating this week. Yesh, especially you, this is your battle. I thanked everybody else individually, so thank you, Yesh, and all of you guys for participating. Let's quickly jump over to our spreadsheet and figure out what we're doing next week, and then I'll see you guys on the field of battle starting tomorrow morning. But yeah, here we go. Let's figure out what we're doing. Be right back. Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are needing to roll now to figure out what we're going to be doing next week. So let's go ahead and generate here, and we get a 2, which is going to be a regular root trainer. So that works out. Get a little bit of normality in here. So we've got a root trainer, still going to be UU, but let's see, can I get that in there? So now we need to figure out which root type we're going to do. So we need 1 through 8. Let's generate that. We get an 8, so it's going to be another snow root. So as we're moving into winter, it looks like we've still got snow in and around us. So you guys can use that information as you would like. You know, it can inform your team building, or it could not, whatever you guys are feeling like doing. But yeah, so we're going to have a root trainer battle in the snow. I feel like we had one of those not too long ago, but hey, it is getting into winter, so I guess that makes sense. We can accept it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and participating this week. If you guys have not participated yet, but it looks like fun and you would like to, the details on how to participate are in the description down below. Pokemon Showdown is a free battle simulator that we use for this series, and it's found online. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to create an account or give anybody any personal information. It's completely free. You just jump on there, you build a team, and you battle. And so feel free to do so. Again, link to that in the description down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much this week again. I will see you guys starting tomorrow morning for the battle of our root trainers in the snow. UU teams this time, I think. Yeah, UU teams. I don't remember what it was last time. Probably RU. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Grand. You guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys. And I'll see you all back here next time. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.